Lot of
Uh,
NBA.
Twitch isn't live, by the way.
Twitch is not live.
No.
YouTube is not live.
Oh, Twitch is live.
I was like, what are you talking
Oh,
about?
there it is.
Nice.
Keep it going. Keep it going.
Yeah, so,
all right.
So in
All right.
this case, just wanted to. I know it's been a long weekend. A lot of games going on. A lot of theories. I don't know. I guess everything's just kind of started out where like,
I like this.
Yes. So we're like
Theories.
Yes. So the NBA, the regular season is obviously not the same thing as the playoffs, right?
Exact same thing. You just shoot the ball and hopefully it goes into the hoop.
Here we go.
Okay, I mean,
Here we
it's
go.
the same thing as like football. You just catch the ball, or push people around.
I mean, it's the same thing as being with a girl or being with your hand. Whatever, same thing.
No, that's different.
So now it's different.
Well, there's two people involved in that. There's only one.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, going around the table.
Myra is there.
We'll start. We actually won't start with Tosco nor Adrian. We'll start with Crack AV.
Oh, we've been put in a penalty box.
Yeah.
Penalty box. How's it going, Crack AV? How you doing, bro? Talk to me.
Hey guys, I'm doing really great. Can you hear me? Can you hear me out there?
Yes.
No.
Can you feel me?
Good.
No, my name's Evan, Crack AV. It's good to be here with you guys this week. Let's talk about all this craziness that happened this week. Jeez, we have a lot to cover for you guys here today on Mezzo Forte Sportz. Please stay tuned, guys. I'm going to be spinning the tracks.
Oh my god.
Nice.
Ooh,
All right, cool.
I like that.
And of course, we got guys, super fan Art.
You take requests.
Hello, fellas. Good to see you here on this lovely Tuesday evening. We got some good basketball news. We got some good basketball currently being played right now. Can't tell you who's winning or losing. Yeah, it was a good weekend of sports, man. There's basketball games going on.
We can get in trouble if we say scores, apparently.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Exactly.
Yeah, like these are things that are live, but we won't worry about that. Cause Adrian, how are you doing, man? It's been a while. Where'd you been my whole life?
What's up? Been good. Going good. Just working.
Myra.
Living. No, Myra. Her name's Lyra.
Watching Champions.
Lyra. Okay. We switch hit. Got it.
Yeah. No, but yeah, I'm doing all right. Yeah, it's Champions League this weekend.
Yeah, I know.
Or what?
And
what?
I'm kind of excited for this
mean?
weekend.
What do you mean for
I'm
what?
sorry, Danny, but your teams are on a downward spiral.
That's why they're in the finals, bro. That's why they're in the finals. Bye.
If you're not first, you're last.
I don't even know who. Wait, Danny, what's your NBA team?
NBA Spurs.
Eliminated. Who's your Liga MX team? Eliminated.
America.
Where's your soccer team? Gonna lose and be eliminated.
But to be fair, they're in the Champions League finals.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, I mean, I don't know. I guess like I didn't even think they were gonna get to. I don't even think they're gonna get to the semifinals. I'm not even gonna lie to you. And
I agree.
We're talking about Chelsea, by the way. We're talking about Chelsea.
No, I agree, but they also had, I think, the easiest road to get there.
They did. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, but I mean.
But they did what they were supposed to do, right?
And they beat Real. They did beat Real, and Real is a good team.
And with none of their defenders, they all were hurt.
Yeah, I mean, I could have, if they could have gone to like Man U or something. I mean, yeah, but I mean,
hey, don't worry, don't worry. Man U's gonna win the Europa tomorrow. It's cool. We're good. Second best team in Europe. Man City, Man U. Don't worry about it.
All right, guys. So we're gonna go ahead and start. We're gonna do some NBA talk. Obviously, we all saw, the playoffs. Whoever saw the playoffs, whatever games you could see. I'm
on the Bucks bandwagon.
Dude, honestly,
here we go.
We're gonna essentially kind of go down the list, just kind of get everyone's reaction of the first game. We'll actually start. I guess Adrian kind of brought it up already. We'll start with the Miami and the Bucks game. So the Bucks did win. They beat the Heat in game 1 in overtime.
Well, yeah, they did.
And game 2.
And game 2.
And game 2, you know, we're talking about game 1, game 2. And game 2 they did beat them again, and that was very bad. 132-98. It was just pretty bad. It was a very big dominance. This is what? Is this 1-8? Is this the 1-8?
No, this is 3-6.
A 3-6?
Yes, because
Who's
it's 2-7. No,
it's
3-6.
Yeah,
3-6.
it should be 3-6. Yeah, because they weren't in a play.
Yeah, 3-6.
Okay,
They weren't in play. It was 3-6.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. What do you guys think? Talk to me, Tosco. Just your first reactions, bro.
The Bucks are gonna get eliminated in the next round. And the reason why is because yes, they put up a dominant performance yesterday. They should have done that game 1 and they didn't. And the only reason why Miami lost is because Jimmy Butler couldn't find the bucket to save his life. And if he would have made 1, 2, 3 more shots throughout the game, the Heat would have won the game. So I think, and also that's Miami being a way lesser opponent. I do think that Drew Holiday, yes, it's Drew Holiday, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is a very good addition to that team. That defense he has and the scoring that comes along with it is awesome. Chris Middleton is finally showing up, but the thing is like, okay, Chris Middleton basically won you the game 1. Game 2, Giannis showed up. But you're not going to beat the Sixers, the Nets, if you have one or the other. You need both. So until Giannis has a triple-double, Chris Middleton puts up 30, Drew Holiday puts up 20. If that's not happening, they're not going to beat the Sixers. They're not going to beat the Nets. The Nets are putting up easily over 100 every game. I mean, that's what needs to happen, you know? And I think depending who's their second round opponent, I mean, obviously upsets can happen, but if all the favorites win, they play the Nets in the second round. So that's not going to be good.
Well, a fun fact, Chris Middleton is a Texas A&M Aggie.
Yeah.
He was a superstar for 4 years for those guys. I don't know if it was during the Durant years or post-Durant years with Texas. Yeah, repping the state of Texas.
Oh, and
or at least the universities.
And crazy, just that interjection there. Was it Jordan Clark? 1-6 man.
Jordan Clark.
Oh yeah, there was some awards given out.
He's actually from San Antonio. He actually went to high school here, and here in San Antonio.
Nice.
Yeah, so I don't know what high school he went to. I need to look it up or whatever. But yeah, so yeah, go Texas, right? You know, that's. What about you, super fan art? Did you see the game, or any of both of the games?
Yeah, I saw some of those games.
Talk to me.
Well, like as we were talking earlier about Chris Middleton, he put a brunt of the force. It was a back and forth, that one. And I think Middleton, he scored like the game winner in that game.
Yeah.
Or at least the final points to kind of seal it.
Yeah.
It was very entertaining. Most of these games weren't snooze fest until like Monday showed up. But so what other match were we discussing?
No, just that one. So for me,
nice.
Adrian, I didn't get your reaction for that.
For the Bucks
Miami,
Heat?
yes, Bucks Heat.
Well, yeah, I think I don't really necessarily agree with Tosco in terms of like the Bucks not being able to dominate, I guess. But yeah, I think that the game itself, and just talking particularly about the game, the series itself, I think that it's kind of already, I would say it's a done deal. I think I'm pretty much on the Bucks bandwagon.
I agree. I agree with that. No, the Bucks are gonna sweep.
So it's sweep.
I agree with you.
Sweep? Wow, straight up.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah. Miami shouldn't have been in the championship last year. Miami should have been. They got hot. They got lucky. But if they don't have Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson, Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, if they don't have all those guys going, they can't put up points. You know, in game one, they had Robinson. They had Goran Dragic. Dragic, right? Yes.
Yep.
And they had who's the other one? There was another one that was putting in points. If it weren't for those guys, I mean, they would have gone dominated. You know, but again, it goes back to the Bucks where Antetokounmpo couldn't put it away. If Antetokounmpo would have taken over, they would have won by 20. If he would have put up his average point, they would have put up 20. He would have put up 20 more. They would have won by 20. He would have finished in the third at the beginning of the fourth. But because he couldn't turn it on, and because Butler couldn't turn it on, and Adebayo couldn't turn it on, that's why the game ended up going to overtime, and it became a sloppy game. And it gave the Heat a chance to win. But Milwaukee's a way superior team by leaps and bounds. I agree with Adrian. He's absolutely right. And I think the series is over. But what I'm talking about is if they keep on playing this way and play down to the other team's level, they're not going to beat the Nets. They're not going to beat the Sixers, and they're not going to beat the Sixers are the 1 seed. The Nets are the 2 seed. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like they're not going to beat those teams.
Yeah, and I think I could agree on that. And that when he talks about what's going to happen in the next round, I mean, I'm gonna cheer for the Bucks because I really like them. Because they're kind of like an underdog, but not really, I guess, so to speak.
I think it's an underdog city like Milwaukee, like you know what I mean, like somebody different, not New York, not LA, not a Miami team, Florida team. Not
correct, yeah. And you know, I can agree, like, you know, going against the 76ers, for instance, that's like, I mean, you have like Joel Embiid, you have oh my God, Ben Simmons, yeah, and it's just like you have like a really good overall team that's full of, you know, stars, and it's gonna be
Tobias Harris.
It's gonna be a really hard obstacle for them to get through, but I mean, you know, again, like I said, it's, you know, shoot the ball, and if it goes into the hoop, you win, you know.
I mean, essentially.
Well, it's a very good way of looking at it.
If you score more points than the other team, you win. So,
I mean,
I think that's how it works with every game, but I like it.
Another series that right now is looking pretty intense is actually the Mavs Clippers. So, you know, we all know how you know, coming into the you know, when Kawhi went into the league, you know, he was coming out saying, you know, that he was going to be the new king and stuff like that, and you know, and apparently they've been losing the playoffs, haven't really meet expectations. I don't know. What do you think?
They're playing a good team, though.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. And now they're playing the Mavericks. Just give me talk to me, Adrian. I mean, what can we expect of the series, just kind of moving forward?
Well, I think, you know, the Clippers have a really hard. They have everything to lose, whereas the Mavericks have always been, even last year, a team that's just kind of flown under the radar. But they have great shooters, and it's just a good team. I mean, they have my God, dude.
Luka Doncic.
Well, besides Luka, like Tim Hardaway Jr.
Brunson,
Porzingis, like they have a great team, and it's not like they're like, you know, like they don't have the Kawhi Leonard, right? Or I mean, I say that, but I mean, I think Luka Doncic is going to be like, you know, that kind of like the
MVP, the right. MVP caliber player. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, and it's they're so good. It's kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of like the Spurs got moved to, you know, Dallas or something, in a sense, you know.
And I'm glad you brought up the shooters. But my question would be to you: do you think the shooters can keep up what they're doing? Because in game one,
that's the thing.
The Mavericks won, but because they shot the ball lights out.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Do you think it keeps up? Do you think it keeps on going? Do you think they still have the hot hand? Because what happens if they go cold?
Right. Yeah, I think it's like in terms of how the I mean it's like I mean I know I'm joking, but like it's literally that for them, right? If the ball goes in the hoop, literally. I mean, I think that
I think that exactly. I think what you said in the last one is more specific to this one.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, because
Because-
it's like, yeah, I mean, both teams are good. It's just,
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. I feel like the Clippers. I mean, maybe it's just because I hate Kawhi Leonard or whatever forever, but I feel like they don't give like enough effort. At least I'm honest, right? I feel like
Right.
the effort is not there. It's not there, but it's like kind of like, nah, dude, we're the Clippers. We got talent and stuff.
I think no, it's I
Like,
think
real
it's
passive, like
it's you're saying it's like, okay, we're the Clippers, we're really good. Come on, let's just beat you and we'll move on. Like
yeah.
it's already for sure. It's a certain thing that they're gonna do it. But no, you're right. I agree with you, and that's why I asked Adrian. So if let's say Tim Hardaway doesn't have the same kind of night he did in Game 1, let's say Porzingis doesn't have the same kind of night he had in Game 1, and they don't score as much, do you think they can hold off the Clippers enough to win another game where maybe their best shooters aren't on a hot streak? Do you think they'll be able to match up and go pound for pound, punch for punch with a team that has Kawhi and Paul George and Ibaka and those guys? Do you think they can do that?
Right. And it's funny because like it's kind of similar to like Dirk Nowitzki and the Mavericks, right? Where like they kind of had the same similar situation where it was like if Dirk's on, like it's over. Like, I mean, in a sense, you could just feel the dread of players where this guy's just not missing. And it's kind of like the same situation where it's like if that keeps happening and they're just hitting their shots. And it's weird because like with Dirk, at least you could be like, well, he's gonna do it. And you wouldn't be asking that question of like,
exactly.
Could they do that?
But I don't think they have another Dirk or somebody like that.
Right. And I mean, maybe, eventually, like if, Luka keeps continuing and, and is unstoppable in that terms of jump shot, then.
So, okay, let me ask you this. Like, what does Luka need to become Dirk Nowitzki like? I mean, I know I'm asking much, right? Like, he's one of the best to do it and stuff like that. But just to kind of take up on that role where technically he is a franchise player because he is, right? But like kind of like grab it, what do you think they'll score?
Well, let me ask you this. How long did it take Dirk Nowitzki to win a championship?
Forever.
Wow.
Later part of his career.
I mean, it took forever, right?
He never.
And not only did it take forever,
he didn't really have good team. I mean, let me back up. He did have good teams. It was very competitive, bro.
Well, I mean, sure. No, I agree. It was super competitive, but the West will always be competitive. But and you're right, it was super competitive. But that's why I'm asking, what did Nowitzki have the year he won it all that maybe Luka needs? Because if you go back and you look at the roster that Nowitzki has, I mean, he had the year he won it, he had Jason Kidd, he had Sean Marion, right? He had Jason Terry,
Jason
Caron Butler. Yeah, I mean, he had Tyson Chandler, Brandon Haywood. He had a lot of pieces that were real good, and I think they were above average. Like Caron Butler was a real good player. Yeah. Say what you want, but he was real good. Of course, you had Jason Kidd. You had Jason Terry. I mean, Tyson Chandler was an all-star, right?
Yep.
I mean, yeah, I believe he was, right?
Yes.
Once upon a time.
Yeah, he was. He was an all-star. Defensive player of the year. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, he had some guys that were, above just a role player. They were actually real good players at their position. Does Luka have that now? No. Is Tim Hardaway a player that you give the ball to every night and he's going to put up 20 to 30?
Yeah, go ahead.
is Porzingis gonna take over? Because that's what Porzingis is supposed to be.
Yeah,
Right.
Porzingis is,
yeah, I was gonna say.
but he hasn't done it.
Yeah. No, and I was
So-
gonna say like, and that team that you mentioned also beat like what is it, the Heatles or whatever, the Miami Heat with
Yeah.
a peak LeBron and down on the decline, Wade and Bosch or whatever, right?
Well, I mean, think about it. I mean,
And that's
can you
like-
say
that's-
decline?
I mean,
That was the beginning. That was the beginning. After they won how many championships?
oh Wade, dude, Wade was already okay. When do you think Wade peaked?
I will say it was after 2010.
Like right after where was he when LeBron was there? Because he wasn't. I mean, how
When
that-
Wade peaked when he was at the Bulls.
Oh,
Yeah, basically.
I mean,
But look, but think about it, bro. Look,
yeah,
think about it.
Yeah, that's true. It's because he was
He-
still
Dwayne
dominating. He
Wade-
was dominating.
it's because look that team with Dwayne Wade, LeBron James, and Chris Bosh. That was what their second year together. It was their first year, no?
That was their second year
Second
together.
year, yeah.
Okay, second year. They didn't win the championship the year before, did they?
No, they won it after. Like right after.
They won it after, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and then
2013.
again afterwards.
Yeah, they lost to the Celtics,
No,
and
they only
then
won
they
one.
never made it to
only
the
won one.
championships.
No, they won 2.
They won 2. They beat the Spurs and they beat the Thunder. No?
Something
Yeah,
like
they
that.
beat the Thunder the next year.
The Thunder, yeah, and the Spurs.
And then they lost to the Spurs. Oh no, then they beat the Spurs and then they lost to the Spurs.
You're right.
Yeah.
yeah, they lost to the Spurs.
So-
After the Spurs, they broke.
They broke up,
They all
right?
got expensive. Yeah.
Okay, but think about it. The Heat, I mean, Dwayne Wade, by this point, after that second,
He was done, dude.
I'm not gonna say he
I'm not-
was
I'm
done.
not
I
saying.
think
Well, I'm
the-
not gonna
the
say
20
he's gonna lead a team. He wasn't gonna
I-
give me 25.
Well, didn't he-
6?
Well, didn't he do that? I mean, didn't they make the playoffs after the post 3 again? Because I mean, it was still the same team, just minus LeBron.
Yeah, no, they did. The year after they didn't. But then after that, they kept on making the playoffs.
Yeah, but then it was like 2 years after. That's when the whole Bosch thing happened. Remember?
Well, look, I'll tell you this. He was an all-star all the way up to 2016.
Who? Bosch?
Dwayne Wade.
Well, yeah, but he was in Chicago, dude. I mean, he's like.
No,
homeland.
that
No,
was still
he-
Miami.
Yeah.
He didn't
Oh,
leave
really? Oh, dang.
until after that year, the last year, man. Then he went to Chicago.
He made the All-Star team too as well, right? Or no?
No, I don't think so. He didn't. He made it his last year when he went back to Miami to when he was retired.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't think you can say he peaked there. I mean, I guess what I'm saying is after he won that second championship with LeBron and Bosh, he still played for another 7 years. I
Yeah.
mean, 6 years.
I guess so. I mean, I don't really realize how like much like these guys play, but yeah, dang, that's a long time actually.
He played 16 years, bro.
All right, let's go ahead and let's move on to our next games report. So in case we run out of time, the one I did really want to talk about is Atlanta Hawks versus the New York Knicks. I'm gonna
Why?
actually have a.
Bruh.
I'm gonna have a super.
I was like, what?
Super fan art actually take over. See what you think about that game.
Hawks and the Knicks. All right, before I do, one of our fans out there had a question for us.
Oh, okay.
We're bar talk sports. The question was, what's everybody sipping on? I'll go ahead first.
Ooh.
I'm just drinking Sprite with no ice, courtesy of the king. Evan, what are you sipping on or eating?
I'm staying hydrated, everybody. Thanks for noticing.
Water. Kitchen. Danny, eating and drinking
Got
anything?
some Red Bull. Boom.
Red Bull. What flavor?
Actually, it was a blue edition, blueberry. That's actually the only one I like. The watermelon's alright, but I don't know.
Weird.
That one, I did take a couple tequila shots though, so that's good. Yeah,
I like it.
You guys need
Adrian.
a Humador. Best.
Adrian, anything you're eating or sipping on?
I'm
know.
just drinking Diet Coke.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like it. Good choice. And Tosco, what you got going on over there, guy?
I got some root beer.
Root
It's a
beer.
kind of beer. Hey, I'm a dad now, bro. I got responsibilities tomorrow.
Is it Barks? Is it Mugs? AW?
It is Barks.
Barks.
I like it. Good stuff. Good
Barks is the
choice.
worst fucking root beer you could get.
That went all.
A&W all the way.
You know, I was never a root beer guy. I don't know.
Yeah, I noticed it.
Yeah, I'm more of
Nice.
I like Dr. Pepper. I like Dr. Pepper. I like Dr. Pepper.
Right. All right. Good little round table session there.
20
That
Well,
was
back
fun.
flavors.
I apprecied that.
That's
Uh,
always pleasing the fans out there.
I'll open my bottle of Macallan 15 later.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Here we go.
Here we
Okay,
go.
I drink good whiskey.
You know
Cool
what?
guy.
You know what? If it's gonna be like that, let's just start battling every day. We're like,
Oh, settle down. We don't want to become alcoholics. All right?
$185,000 bottle. No.
Okay. Yeah. No thanks.
That went all.
All right.
But
so
speaking of
yeah.
ice, we got Trey Young who had ice in his veins during that Knicks game. It was pretty damn entertaining. I mean, Madison Square Garden. If it wasn't sold out, I'm pretty sure it was damn near well sold out. You had celebrities in the stands and shit, and it was a slug match. It was going back and forth. I'm actually pretty excited. It was awesome that it went into OT.
Yeah, man. Two shitty teams versus each other is always a fun time.
I don't think
my
so.
God.
I don't think so.
It was actually a good game. It actually was a good game. Honestly, Trey Young is what's up though. But yeah, continue, super fan. All right.
No, yeah, just saying. I was pretty much, standing in the last few minutes, like seeing what the hell's gonna happen. I don't really give a shit about either team. Well, okay, I take that back.
Okay.
I am going for New York just as they're underdog in so many years for that postseason appearances. So yeah, just to hear the whole crowd hush after that Trey Young, like that's what sports is about. Looking like shush to all Madison Square Garden. This young kid, who the hell is he? He's a star in the making. He already is a star. Let's see, Adrian, what are your thoughts on the game?
My only thought was I really enjoyed watching Derrick Rose actually play.
D Rose,
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, that's what's up.
resurrected
Dude,
career.
I was gonna say
I
he
was-
played good. He actually
And
played
I
good.
hope that, maybe it's some sort of like Linsanity kind of thing going on, maybe. And he just, pops off. That'd be really interesting to watch, honestly.
I think he can. I don't think you need to say insanity because I think he can do it without it being a gimmick. I think he still has it. Like I think
I don't know if he still has it. I mean, the dude's hurt,
well, okay, you're right. Let me rephrase. I don't think he has MVP Derrick Rose,
Right.
but I still think that 60-70% Derrick Rose is maybe just as good as the regular starting point guards in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? So
That's true.
I think that he can get it going without it's like I guess when I hear insanity, I feel it was just like a short amount of time.
Cinderella type of thing.
Cinderella, like guy came out of nowhere,
Like
like
and then
a
after that, never did it again. You know what I mean? And I guess you can say it, Adrian, because you can say it like that because it's like he hasn't done it in a long time. He hasn't been in the limelight. He's been away and God knows he was in Detroit. Who wants to be over there? I mean, he was in Detroit, wasting away, and then God knows what other team he was on. And all of a sudden now he's back. He's in the limelight. He's a leader on a playoff team on a 4 seed, not even a lower seed. It's a 4 seed. So I think I think it's possible. I think he can pull it off. So
Yeah, and I don't mean to say, and I only said Linsanity because it was the same
New
team.
York.
Yeah. So and again with a player that's been very he was, in my opinion, a very could have been a very influential player in the game for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I think he could have been he was on his way, but unfortunately he got hurt. So
So just just kind of going along. I'm not gonna lie. I actually did not really watch the game. I
you
just
didn't
kinda
miss
watched
much, bro.
Missed
watched
out, bro.
highlights,
It was a good game. I don't know what you're talking about.
no, not
Shoot
this,
the ball, goes in the hoop.
no,
Who
Who
not
does
this,
it more?
not this one. I actually did see this one. I actually saw the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
I was hoping for Julius Randle actually just to go off. Dude, it's just one of those things, where like how they say like stars are made like in the playoffs or whatever. And it's true. You just need to
Bro,
make
kick
it.
him in the nuts.
I know. I was watching that. And interesting enough, then Julius Randle get awarded the Most Improved Player of the Year award today.
Dude, that's intentional, bro.
I
mean,
mean,
Not the award.
I
We're
mean,
talking
he's
about Trivia's.
averaging like some of the highest.
6, 7 more points. Yeah, like he's
Yeah,
27,
no,
27, 28, I think.
I mean, he's one of the most improved. I mean, really is.
What are you talking about, Julius Randle?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So, all right, guys. So, kind of moving to the next next series. So, the next series, it is actually the Trailblazers Nuggets. So, the Trailblazers actually did beat the Nuggets. I know. I don't actually really see the game. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Game 1 went to the Trailblazers.
Trailblazers are 1-up. Just give me thoughts, Tosco. I know that one's gonna be one of the your less fancier your matchups, but it is gonna be pretty important once they start whoever it is that gets out. I think they go against what, number 2?
Yeah, and
Yeah,
what do you mean? Oh, yeah. Well, if it's the Nuggets to win, yeah. What's it called? But they did play yesterday. It was a late game, and Denver won.
Oh, my bad.
So it's
my
1-1.
bad. It is 1-1. That was my bad. That's
Yeah,
my
yeah.
bad, my
But
bad,
like
Chad.
you said, it's the late series. It's a late game because they're on the West Coast, and maybe not the fanciest or crowd pleasing matchup, but yeah, I mean, you're right. I think it's one of the better ones because we're seeing the Nuggets operate without Jamal Murray, their star point guard, towards ACL, like a couple of weeks left before the playoffs started. And we're seeing, Jokic, be an MVP, see what he can do. We're seeing Mike Conley, and we're seeing Porter. We're seeing Porter, and we're seeing, if they can pull it off. They're putting it together. I know they have another. Oh God, what's his name? They have another point guard.
What's Nuggets?
Yeah, the Nuggets.
Yeah,
Campazzo, Facundo Campazzo. He played pretty good. I was watching game 1. He's from Argentina, and he's a rookie. He's a rookie, even though he's 30 years old. But it's his first year in the NBA, and he played pretty good. I like the way they facilitate the ball. It's crazy seeing Jokic coming down the court because he's their point guard. Like he's acting like their point guard. And for him, everything happens.
Big ass point guard.
Yeah, and it's crazy because from there he passes off, and they run the offense from him. And but it's entertaining because the Trailblazers have a big man themselves.
Yeah,
they have Nurkic. That also it can go up against Jokic. So I think that McCollum, Lillard, I mean, they have to be the ones to drive the team. If they can do it, if they put up, big points, they can pull the upset just because the Nuggets don't have Jamal Murray. They're trying to make up points with Michael Porter and Aaron Gordon, the trade they made during the season from the Magic. But I don't know if it's going to be enough. They did take the win yesterday, and we'll see from there. We'll see how it goes. And I'm sorry, I said Conley. Conley is with the Jazz. But I meant
Collison?
Campazzo.
You meant McCollum.
No. Earlier I had said that Mike Conley, Jokic, and all that, but Mike Conley's
Oh,
with
I was like with the Jazz.
the Jazz. Yeah. Because Donovan Mitchell didn't play in game one. And he was one of them.
So actually, kind of going, segueing into that, Grizzlies Jazz. So we did see obviously the Grizzlies, did actually pull the upset. They actually did beat the Jazz in Ja Morant's first playoff game. So just kind of interesting. Want to get you guys opinions. Real quick, just want to say that apparently Mitchell wasn't very, or he was like kind of like last minute written off. And he wasn't very happy about that, and he let management know, and apparently he let people know on social media and stuff like that or whatever. Grizzlies lost. They didn't have Mitchell. I actually saw the whole game. John Moran was what's up. I don't know. I thought he was just a little kid. I was just a hater because he beat the Spurs. I'm not gonna lie. But he can finish. He's a closer. He's not afraid of the moment, and that's crazy. Like for someone young like that, going Goldberg did get into foul trouble pretty fast. So
he fouled out, no?
He did fall out.
Rudy Gobert.
Yeah, and obviously they don't have Mitchell to initiate any real offense. They did have the whole rest of the team. They started busting out. I mean, it was the Jazz like playing team ball. Just everyone scoring and everything. It's just, it just wasn't enough. They did have, was it Melton? I think the other guard besides Ja, from the Grizzlies.
Dylan Brooks.
Dylan Brooks.
He's the one.
The guy was playing insane, dude. That guy was playing insane. Like he was playing under his world, like seriously.
Yeah, he had 31 points. And I mean he had more points than Ja. Ja had 26. He had 31. And I think you hit it right there. Dylan Brooks has to be the sidekick to Ja Morant if they want to win. Dylan Brooks, maybe not 30 points, but he needs to be
20,
up there in the
20.
20s. Yeah. If they do that, they can compete with. Yeah, they can compete with everybody.
Yeah,
and they can score, and they can be up there, with anybody, and they can win games. But we'll see if it's consistent. We'll see if it happens game 2. I'm pretty sure the Jazz are going to come out.
Yeah,
they're going to be ready to go, knowing that we need to win this at home. We're the 1 seed. Can't be embarrassed, and I'm pretty sure Donovan Mitchell's going to come back and it's also going to help. I mean, he's an offensive guy, but I mean, he's probably a better defender than whatever they had on Morant or Brooks. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. So what do you think, Adrian? Talk to me.
Well, I don't think it's much of an upset, really, honestly.
There you go. Talk to me. Why? Are the Grizzlies taking it?
I think they can take it. Yeah, I think.
Will they though?
I mean, it's really close.
Game
like
7?
It's like one of those series where it's like a game 7 kind of series. But the Grizzlies are really good. I mean, they're getting hot like at the right time, right? Like they beat the Warriors.
Yeah.
And honestly, when the Spurs lost, I was like, oh, okay, whatever. Who cares? Like they barely beat the Spurs. Spurs suck. Like whatever. But then when they win and did the same thing to the Warriors, it was kind of like, damn, like these guys are actually probably pretty good. So I mean, yeah, it'll be a pretty exciting series. And I think the Jazz are really good too. But I mean, the way these guys are playing is like insane, like ridiculous. So I don't know. I think it's gonna be really close, but I don't think it's an upset in terms of
if they were to win.
Right. Like it wouldn't be like, oh my God, I'm shocked that the Grizzlies won, right?
Yeah.
So
and I think one last thing here is the way the Grizzlies play. the Grizzlies try and get out there fast. They're going on fast breaks. They're a quick team. They want to go and move the ball up the court as fast as possible. They don't want to waste time in scoring. They're trying to get the easy points. You know, the Jazz score, they're inbounding the ball. They do one pass, two pass, and by the third pass, they want it to be already in the paint. You know, they want it to be quick so that they can put up from the 24 shot clock, they want it to be, you know, at the 24 seconds, and they already want to be putting up a shot. So if they can carry that momentum, if they can go at their speed, I mean, it's going to be pretty tough to stop them. But again, it depends on them, you know, I think it's depending on whether the team allows them to get it done, the opposing team. If they do that, the Jazz are in for a long series. If the Jazz buckle down and play defense, and you know they have Gobert.
I was gonna say, but he can't do it by himself. It has to be everyone.
No, but I mean, if he defends the paint and is there and gets back on defense, and you know, I think they'll be able to take it.
Yeah. So just kind of moving to the next series. We do have the 76ers and the Wizards. Should be. I mean, it's like a series. It's just interesting. Just seeing kind of how that how the 76ers. They are the number one seed. I feel like they're just the biggest contender towards the Nets, like in the East. So just kind of them gel. I don't know. Thoughts, Adrian?
I actually think it's a really interesting series. I'm really excited to see what the Wizards can do, because I think, especially when they have Russell Westbrook. And I think they have a nice offense. Like they came in hot, like one of those teams again, like the Grizzlies, where they came in really hot. And they just all synced up together. Yeah, it was right at the end, but they're a different Wizards team than what, they were in the regular season from the beginning. But yeah, I think the Sixers are a huge team to beat, though. I mean, like Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid and who else is it? Danny Green.
Tobias Harris.
Tobias Harris.
Dwight Howard, George Hill.
Dwight Howard,
have Dwight Howard.
Oh, that's right. They have George Hill as well. Seth Curry as well.
Doc Rivers, isn't this his inaugural season?
That's also true. Yeah, so they're a huge team.
Yeah.
And good coaching.
But again, I think the Wizards have the potential to beat the Sixers. I think it's actually a really interesting series, especially with like Bradley Beal and Russell Westbrook. And I mean, it would be an interesting one to watch for sure.
I think
Tosco.
I think that I'm not. Look, it's because I don't want to say, in my opinion, because Adrian's entitled to his opinion, right? I mean, in my opinion, I think the Wizards, if they should have beat the Celtics, because I think it would have been a way better matchup if they would have gone up against the Nets. Because, look, the Wizards just put up 118 points, which is a lot of points, right, against a defensive team, a defensive-minded team, where you have probably the defensive player of the year in Ben Simmons. You have Dwight Howard. You have Joel Embiid, okay? And you have these big, Danny Green, who's a good defender. You have this defensive team, and you put up 118, and then you still lost because they put up 125, not even that close. And you're like, Jesus, like what else do they need to do? Do they need to score 150? Like, I mean, I don't think it's possible.
You have to score more points than the other team.
But I don't think they can do it, because I don't think the 76ers will allow them to. They're just too good defensively. And if you think about it, if they would have gone up against the Nets who play no defense, then that would have been a game to see, because that we would have seen 150 to 140, 160, 150. That would have just been that. I think the Wizards would have had a better chance, just for the simple fact that the Nets don't play defense.
Right.
Don't get me wrong. Could it happen to where the Wizards go off and just they figure it out? Because remember, this is also just game one. They're going to take a couple of days off. They're going to regroup. They're going to see film. They're going to go over what the other team does. We don't know how they're going to come out. You know, the 76ers might clamp down on their offense, and then boom, that's it. I mean, if you look at the Wizards, they had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players in double figures. They still couldn't put it off. So, I mean, I want it to happen, Adrian. I want it to happen. I agree that I think it could, but I think they can seal 1 or 2. I don't think they can win the whole series. But it's going to be entertaining because the Wizards are one of those teams that are dynamic. Bradley Beal was making shots that were like crazy. I was watching the game and I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe that went in. And so I think we're going to see if the Wizards can pull it off, outscore them, like you said, just make more baskets. But that would be good.
We have a hot take on YouTube.
Oh, here we go.
Okay.
Hot,
Hey,
hot, 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 hot.
Evan, don't raise your hand like that, because you're locked. Yeah, because then you become Tosco on my screen.
Oh,
That's funny.
Yes, exactly. Yes, thank you. Yeah, just let me know. All right, what is the question?
hot take. Doc Rivers is a bum. Look at all the talent he's had over the years and only one chip.
True.
Oh
love
my
that.
God. Continue.
That's
Wait,
awesome.
no, hold on.
Yeah,
Hot
yeah.
take.
Can I raise my hand?
Yeah. No, Evan, say it. Finish it. No. That was like,
Doc Rivers is a bum. Look at all the talent he's had over the years and only one chip. Hot take on YouTube.
dang. Adrian, talk to me. What do you think, bro?
Adrian agrees.
Nah, I don't agree. But again, it's hard to win a championship. There's only a few people that do it. So I mean, he gets there a lot. He's that coach that, yeah, like you'd want to hire, right? Like, okay, this guy has like this many contenders, like that have made it to the conference championship, that have made it to the championships, with like the Celtics and stuff. And yeah, so you want someone like that, as a coach, even though they haven't won as many as they've been to or could have gone to and haven't won it. But I mean, I think, yeah, it's still a coach you'd want to have for sure.
Yeah, I don't know, man. He showed a little biased towards his son for a couple of years. And everyone's like, what the fuck do we need Austin Rivers?
No,
They
I'll tell
kept
you
him
what,
longer than
that
they
was
should
a
have.
that was a fair criticism because he put him on the Clippers for no reason.
Mhm.
Because they didn't need him, but it was his son. That's fair. I think that's fair. But I don't agree that he's a bum. Only because he did have some bummish ears where, what the
Lob
hell, bro?
City.
Yeah, okay. But again, think about that. Lob City, Blake Griffin, DeAndre Jordan. It was a flawed concept.
Yeah, it
You're
was.
never going to win a championship like that. Not anymore.
That was like
If
two
you
towers.
want, I'll give Blake Griffin all the dunks he wants, but I'll take Steph Curry making all these threes.
Yeah.
And what's more, a 3 or a 2?
Yeah.
So, it's a flawed system. Lob City, it was to where, okay, we're gonna try and get it to Blake in the paint. We're gonna try and get it to Jordan in the paint, and they couldn't make it anymore. Then they got rid of him.
Yeah.
And then they're like, okay, we're moving on. Now we're going to Kawhi, and we're going to more of a shooting type situation. Okay. So you change it. And then I think that the last year in the Clippers in Los Angeles, I do think it was his fault. But it doesn't help when your star that you traded for, Paul George, doesn't show up in the playoffs and doesn't score any points. I mean, is that really Doc Rivers being a bum, or is that Paul George being a bum? When your star player, Kawhi Leonard, is being a diva and doesn't go hang out with the team and doesn't do this with the team, and he does his own thing and he does his own thing here, and he's separate from everybody and he says what to do and what not to do. is that, the coach can only do so much. Remember, the coaches are replaceable. Star players are not. Spurs
Yeah.
learned that the hard way, right?
Sure, whatever, bro. Whatever. I mean, I guess so.
I think that finally, and you got to remember, and even with the Celtics, sure, they made it to the championship a couple of times. They won one, but you got to remember, he got Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, and Ray Allen towards the end of their career,
and Rondo, because he did play a big part.
Rondo was the young one there. He was the rookie, the young guy that kind of made the thing go.
Yeah.
But Paul Pierce, and I mean, don't get me wrong, they still played for a couple of more years, but they were already at their peak or already coming down. They weren't on the way up.
Correct. Especially KG.
Yeah, of course, because then they all got traded to the Nets, right? Yeah. When they traded and the Nets tried to go, they got Pierce, they got KG. Look what happened there. It was garbage. Mm-hmm. Ray Allen went to the Heat, and he was just a role player, right? He won more championships with the Heat, but he was just a role player.
Yeah, just a 3-and-D.
He was the guy that comes in to shoot threes.
Yeah. What were you saying? So, go for it. Sorry, let's go.
Yeah, sorry. Go. No, you're good.
Conclusion.
Yeah. No, I mean that was just it. I mean, I don't think he's a bum coach. I just think he's had bum situations and mental lapses, but I think he's still a good coach, and I think he could win one with this team now.
What do you think, Adrian?
I mean, like I said, the same thing. But yeah, like, and again, to Tosco's point about the Clippers, like, I mean, you could tell. Look at his Celtics team versus his Clippers team. Like, the Celtics team was just way more complete. Like, it had everything you wanted. Like, you had your point guard, you had your center, you had your power forward, you had everything.
Especially, like, you had your vets and your young guys. Like, a good mix of them or whatever.
And you had Perkins, and then you also had Baby Shaq, Big Baby Davis.
Big Baby Davis.
I mean, you had role players. You had role players coming in and out. It was a more complete team.
Yeah, so... Yeah, I actually agree with you, Tosco. I think that... I specifically, I think he just got put in a very tough situation. It's the Clippers, dude. Like, and they just got a new owner. There's expectations. It's LA. It's got a new stadium. It's like, bro, I brought you here and you haven't done anything. I mean, I don't think it was really his fault. And even then, like the whole Lob City, I mean, he had to bring attention somehow. I mean, like you're like literally a small fish in a huge ocean. I mean, it's that bad. Like, Clippers against, La La Land, Lakers. It's just, it's not even close to what the fan base is. And I feel like the whole Lob City, Griffin, bring CP3 over, todo eso, that was just like very like, let's just sell tickets, bro, because like, we're not going to make it here, type of stuff. Where I think that when Ballmer actually came in as an owner, he bought the whole team. I think everything was just kind of like, all right, cool, settle down. All right, we actually have an owner that actually, gives a shit, and he's not that mean. But he's very, demanding, and like you said, you can't, you can only coach so much unless you have Pandemic P, just not scoring. I mean, dude, you can't just not score. Like, we're literally paying you. We don't even care about the regular season. Like, at that point, the Clippers didn't even care. They were, like, so far ahead of everyone. Remember, like, all the top 3 teams or whatever. They just want, they're, we're paying you to play in the playoffs. Like, literally. I mean, you just won a championship last year, in this case, Kawhi. Bring a championship here. And I thought they actually had enough talent to actually bring it home. I just don't think, the effort, chemistry, a whole bunch of other factors evolved there, and it just didn't happen. But again, I just in conclusion, I don't think Doc Rivers necessarily is a bum. I still think I could put him in very bad situations. But the one thing that I think will define specifically his legacy will be his stance or his stay with the 76ers. If he does bring a 76er championship home, I think that does kind of give him enough, like, kind of respect. We're like, all right, cool, I understand why you were doing that, how you had all these teams. But if he doesn't, dude, then
I mean, maybe you're right. Maybe if he does nothing with the 76ers, then maybe, yeah, we can say, all right, he's a bum. You know,
I
I mean,
mean, what
four
has Greg
teams.
Popovich done? He hasn't done shit either.
I mean,
Oh, yeah, sure. I mean, 5 championships doesn't mean anything. So
nah, yeah, I was gonna say like, I mean, but that's that's neither here. nor
That's
there.
it. Only 5. Damn.
All right,
Yeah.
so we'll talk about the big one, Lakers Suns. Tosco, talk to me. So, the Lakers are down a game. They did lose 99-90 against the Suns.
and it wasn't that close.
The meh less CP3 less kind of Suns. He was here, he was halfway there. I don't know. Talk to me, Tosco. What did you see?
Well, it wasn't that close. Yeah, it was 90-99, but realistically, I mean, you could see it. Who was the better team? Like you saw it. You know, it was the Suns were just way better. And the thing is, yeah, Anthony Davis had a bad game. He had a really bad game. And I mean, I understand that I don't want to say that they're a bad team because they're a 7 seed, but I guess I want to say is they play like a 7 seed. Let's just put it like that.
Okay, I see that.
They played like a 7 seed.
I see that.
And don't get me wrong, do I think that they're gonna lose the series? No, I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is if they don't play better than a 7 seed, then they are gonna lose the series.
I can see that. Yeah, no.
And the thing is that
like how you said
because you can look at the team and say this is not a 7 seed team
Yeah,
with LeBron, Anthony Davis, Drummond, Caldwell Pope. I mean, if you look at the stat line, Anthony Davis 13 points, right? I mean, but his plus minus was minus 18. I mean, that's horrible. You know, Andre Drummond only had 12 points. Caldwell Pope only had 7. Like,
God.
These are not even their averages. And I mean, if they hit their averages, you know, they're going to be awesome, right? You had role players like Wesley Matthews with 2 points. Like, I mean, what are you doing on the court then at this point? Like, but I think they need to turn it around. Obviously, if they turn it around and they play to their potential, then yeah, I mean, this can settle down. This can go. This is gonna go. I think this is gonna go 7. Just looking at it, I do think that the Suns are a better team. I mean, DeAndre Ayton and Devin Booker are stars. You're right. Chris Paul was out. He got hurt. He's playing tonight. They're playing right now. And, you know, when you have role players like Bridges and Crowder and Cameron Payne coming in and Cameron Johnson, you know, I think it's the more complete team in the way they play by looking at them. You know, I didn't really see them all that much in the regular season. Just the eye test, I guess, as a fan, right? Because we're all super fans. And just by seeing it, you know, it looks like a team that's cohesive enough and doesn't just rely on their stars, even though their stars are going to do what their stars do.
Yeah, Booker's gonna.
Yeah, you know, they put up 55 points, DeAndre Ayton and Devin Booker. So,
yeah,
you know, but I think that's what they need because, you know, LeBron and Anthony Davis just put up 30.
Yeah.
You know, and Andre Drummond, that's 40. And then Dennis Schroeder, now we get to 55. So, you know, that's 4 players to get what 2 players did.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Exactly.
We'll see. I think it's a must win for the Lakers tonight. It's a must win.
Oh wow!
If they go down, if they go down 0-2, I don't think they can recover.
Dang, that's a hot take. All right, I'm gonna actually pass it to Superfan Art. So how much do you think Chris Paul is a factor like in this series?
Well, just based on what we saw in the previous game, when he kind of went out in that little shoulder injury. I don't know how many minutes he was out for. It was a good while. It was friendly fire. Some guys were going up for rebound, and he got the brunt of some guy's elbow or something. He went out for a while. The scoring was okay, but it was pretty visible. You could see he wasn't 100% when he went back in the game. A lot of passes, not even passes, a lot of even just dribbling was getting away from him. He wasn't getting the handle on the ball very well, and it took him like a good while to like even score some points. So like his presence, it can spread the floor a bit. You cannot defend him even if he is not 100%. But yeah, he is their de facto leader. He's the veteran guy. He's seen a lot of battles. If he's 100%, he's a very dangerous squad. They're more coordinated.
Yeah.
If he's not, like we did in game one, they kind of struggle to find who's got the hot hand. And obviously, Booker, he'll bail him out, but it's important for his presence to be there. I don't think they could win the series without him. His leadership is what I'm saying. He's more valued for.
Talk to me, Adrian. What do you think about this whole series? How do you think LeBron is going to respond, after losing game one? I saw some stat there. Supposedly someone was like, apparently LeBron wins like 60% of his games after losing game one, and he's never lost a first round series or something like that. I don't know. Talk to me.
Yeah. So I think the Suns are really good. I do. But I mean, I literally cannot say that LeBron sucks and that the Suns will win. It's hard for me to say anything. Like I do think though, I agree with Tosco, and I don't think. Okay, I kind of agree to disagree, kind of thing. Where game 2 is a must win. I think it's a must win in terms of like not to win the series, but it's a must win to like show that they do belong. Like they are a championship team,
like bring confidence,
so to speak.
Like
correct,
bring confidence.
Right, because if they lose this game, it's just going to be a really hard game for them to win, and it's kind of like everyone's going to start kind of like, even if they do win, it's going to be like they're not really that good, or whatever,
very deflating or whatever type of
yeah
game.
Exactly, yeah. And then everyone's going to have this whole like chip on their shoulder every time they play the Lakers now, because they're like, they're supposed to come in being the team, like, all right, this is going to be a hard game.
Yeah,
we're not coming in like, oh, these guys barely beat the Suns, or whatever.
And they're still the champions. I mean, they are.
Technically, yeah. I kind of put an asterisk on the whole
bubble championship.
Yeah.
That's another story that we'll touch. I think that the Lakers are and what do you think the series? Just kind of like a regular quick hot take on how the series is gonna go. Tosco, you said game 7, right?
Hot take. Yeah, I think it's gonna go 7. And I mean, I think if we keep on seeing the Phoenix we saw game 1, Phoenix is gonna take it. I mean, and I agree with Adrian in saying, I can't say LeBron sucks and the Suns are gonna beat the Lakers, but we also gotta recognize that the Suns are a good team. I mean, They went out, got some role players. They've been drafting well. The players are finally, being productive, and some veterans come in, and hey, it's a recipe for a winning team. And again, history shows that when you go down 0-2, it's not good. The chances, I think it was, if you go down 0-2, like 7, there's a 60-something% chance of you not winning the series. Like only 60-something or 70% of people who are down 0-2 lose the series. So there's only at that point it's only a 30% chance. I believe that's what it was.
What's the stat? What's the stat when you're down 3-1?
No chance in hell.
Yeah.
It's only happened.
LeBron's chance in hell.
No, wait, hold on. A LeBron like 10 years ago, or I don't know how many years ago that was.
That wasn't that long ago.
How long was it?
What was that? Like
16?
2017? 2018?
So the one time it happened in NBA history, that's cool. So
yeah.
I was gonna say, and honestly, like, and besides the fact those guys are like, all right, cool. So like, say they do go down 2-0, right? And they do will back. They go all the way to game 7. Now LeBron's tired. You know, he has, it's not the same. AD has to show, dude. Like that dude has to show. Like you just have to.
I think he needs to show way before game 7. And I think he needs to show tonight, game 3. And okay, let me put it like this. I think LeBron can will a team to win a series, yes. Do I think he can do it against a 2 seed? See, we've always seen LeBron be the 1, the 2, maybe even the 3 seed. That means they're going up against lesser competition. Now, since they put themselves as a 7 seed, they're technically considered the lesser competition.
Yeah.
So now he needs to, he's still the LeBron that can go and put up 30, 40, 50, have a triple-double and make the team win. But now you're not playing the Grizzlies. You're not going up against, the Mavericks.
The Wizards.
You're the Wizards. Yeah, all those East teams that had it so easy for.
Yeah.
The Hawks and the Hornets.
The Hornets, yeah.
The Pacers, no, not anymore. You're going up against a good team and the Suns. So, can he do it? Sure. Will he? I don't know. I think he needs Anthony Davis every game. He needs Dennis Schroeder and Andre Drummond every game. And if they're not there, I don't think he can pull it off.
And one of the things that I was actually listening to on the radio that they kind of pulled out that the first things that they talked about when they did the press conference right after the game, they did it with Schroeder, and he started talking about his contract. He actually turned down 4 years or $84 million or something like that. So almost everyone in the Lakers is actually going to be a free agent next year. Obviously, excluding LeBron. No, because they're all gonna be free agents because of the whole new deal or whatever that's coming out, right?
I think LeBron is 1 more year and then he can be a free agent.
When's that whole new deal thing coming out? You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Okay, then never mind. Then I think it might have already happened where it was gonna be a whole bunch of people were gonna be on free agents. They're gonna be free agents or something like that. I don't know. Maybe I'm behind or whatever. I need to do more research.
I think it was last year.
Yeah, I think it might have been last year. But either way.
I think that all these guys that are with LeBron are all on 1-year contracts because I think it's if LeBron says no, I want this guy out and I want this guy, the Lakers can get rid of him.
Yeah. So they were kind of I mean, I guess it's cool or good to talk about your contract, but I mean, it's kind of this guy's already kind of thinking, that far ahead, kind of chinga,
And obviously, I think that there's a lot of players on the Lakers that are probably like Schroeder,
yeah,
who I think they're gonna hit free agency.
Yeah.
And I think LeBron's, if he stays with the Lakers, or he's going to, they'll just add another free agent. I think on top of that, they're just gonna get better next year for sure. I think.
Well, here's this is where now the Knicks are relevant again. Now they're a destination for free agents.
I was gonna say, yeah.
The Heat are a destination for free agents. The Mavericks are a destination for free agents. So we'll see.
Are a destination for free agents.
Nobody wants to go to San Antonio, bro. Sorry.
I'll tell you one
thing.
thing.
You guys haven't tried a food, dude. I'm gonna try one taco. Forever stay here forever. Done. Bro, can live here forever.
There's 3 places that I'd go get a taco in San Antonio.
Oh my God, it's because you need to roll with me, Tosco. You haven't come by. Since
right.
a million
Where are you gonna go?
You know what? You're gonna take me to
Taqueria Jalisco.
No, not that point. No. Shout out to them if you guys listening. Actually, no, I know a couple places. I'll let you know.
Taqueria Jalisco and shit.
Jalisco.
Dang. All right. So actually, just talk about the last one. Just the Celtics Nets.
Oh, there's one more. Damn.
Yeah, that's the last one. Just the Celtics Nets. I mean, that's just kind of
yeah.
I feel
That's the one where you guys were saying like Sixers Wizards, like that's the Sixers Wizards game.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like
Yeah.
that's the game that's like this is a sweep.
Yeah, that's the games that LeBron is used to playing.
Like, bro, Blake Griffin's putting up like 20 points or something like that. I was like, all right, get out of here. Dude.
That's
Yeah.
exactly right.
Yeah, dude.
Like Blake Griffin now is still putting up like a solid double. It's like, okay, you're
Yeah.
scrubbing it out there. You're
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean that's kind of that's for that. We know I feel like the Nets just kind of have the sweep here. The Celtics don't really have. I've just kind of just a quick thing to talk about just the game or that series specifically the Celtics. What do you think about Brad Stevens? Is he staying or is he leaving? Or are they keeping him or are they throwing him away?
Brad Stevens is not the problem.
So he's staying?
Yeah.
Adrian, is he staying?
I don't know.
If the Celtics get rid of Brad Stevens, they're getting rid of one of the best coaches in the NBA.
Really? But he's been there for so
Man,
long.
I was gonna say. All right,
Yes.
all right. Is he a bum?
I would say he's more bummed than Doc Rivers.
No, I agree. He's more bummed than Doc Rivers, but at the same time, look at the team. Yeah, we can say, oh, he's had good players. Really though?
No.
I mean,
the team he has right now, he's good. If you put him
Well,
on a team
is
5
it
years
though?
ago, 5 years ago, they'd be a fucking smash hit.
I mean, Kemba Walker's not what he used to be, but he's serviceable.
Kemba, the thing is Adrian said it earlier. Team composition. What is a team composed of? You have Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Kemba Walker, Marcus Smart. They're all basically the same player. It's the same thing.
I was gonna say.
It's the same thing. They had Kyrie Irving. They had Gordon Hayward. Same player. It's the same thing. Okay, there's only so many points, and there's only so many possessions, and there's only so many times one player can touch the ball. I mean, when they had Kyrie Irving, yeah, Kyrie Irving was a star, even though he missed a lot of games. Whatever. Kyrie Irving, cool. Didn't really do much.
R.I.P. Gordon Hayward.
Gordon Hayward came from Utah. He had a good season with Kyrie. Kyrie got hurt, so he became the main guy, and he did good, right? But then then the second year he destroyed his ankle, and then he was out for a year and a half or whatever it was. But he came back, and whatever, he was still good. But I guess the point being is they haven't really given them a complete team. I mean, people can say, oh, they had this, they had that. Sure, they had Horford. Cool. But even Al Horford is not really a big man. He shoots the ball from the outside.
Yeah.
I mean, all they have is shooters and shooters and shooters. And that's cool. But we already know that it's not going to work. The Rockets, it didn't work with D'Antoni. D'Antoni was with the Knicks. Didn't work. Okay? We're seeing it with the Warriors. It worked because you had guys that will never miss, and you only had two, and then the rest was all defense.
Yeah.
Over here, you're putting up 4 shooters on the floor. When are you ever going to stop somebody? The only defensive player there is Marcus Smart. I mean, it's the same players over and over. So he's done good with what he's had.
I mean, to get to the playoffs, I guess, right?
And some years he made it to the second. I think one year he made it to the Eastern Conference Finals. I mean, it's the same team over and over. I guess I don't know what to say. I mean, to me, he's a good coach. He's done miracles with what he has. He's got a superstar in Tatum. He's got Kemba Walker, who if he's on the court and he can put up 30 every night, but you need more to complete the team. Okay, you got the shooters, you need defenders, you need big guys. The big guy they have, what is it, Williams? I think is his name.
Yeah.
He's good. I like him. That's one of the guys that he's an up-and-comer, Robert Williams. That's like, I like the way he plays. He hustles. He's a good big man. But, I mean, other than that, I mean, what you're throwing out there, Tristan Thompson, like,
Woo!
I mean, he's selling that Kardashian. I mean, that's never gonna work, bro. I mean,
Just
you
think-
know, I mean, what? I mean, realistically,
Yeah,
I mean,
no,
they
seriously.
signed Jabari Parker, a guy that should have been a great player 10 years
Yeah.
ago for offense, and he gives him 2 points. That's cool. They drafted Pritchard this past draft, a 3-point shooter, another shooter, 2 points. I mean, what can you do? What can you do?
But it's the coach that's drafting that, right?
The
I
GM?
know. I think it's Danny Ainge, the GM, the same guy who got them first round picks upon first round picks, who got them a Kyrie Irving, Gordon Hayward, who got him Kemba Walker, who got him Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, and he made all of this happen. He got all these badass players to put on one team, but it's all the same player. You never realized, hey, I need a big man. He got Al Horford, but Al Horford is not that anymore.
Serviceable. Yeah.
He's not what they need on that team.
Now,
I don't know.
Now, real quick, just like a quick question for you, Superfan Art. For the Nets, do you think it's finals or bust?
For the
Another
Nets,
question after this.
Yes.
Oh.
it's most definitely finals or bust. Look at all the talent they've amassed in such a short amount of time. This is like the nightmare scenario David Stern got arrested. His soul he was afraid of all those years back when it was Chris Paul going with Kobe. Oh, we don't want no damn super teams. Well, we got a super team. Thank you, Silver. We got a horrible, horrible super team. I don't want to say it's Legion of Doom, but it's definitely championship or bust. Because I mean, who knows? All those egos, how long are they going to be able to coincide as a team? Or I mean, how's the money going to be spent? Salaries. These guys have got to get paid, and these divas are going to be complaining who's got paid more. So you got to make it work now, because it'll probably get difficult in the next season or two. Trying to keep this team together.
What do you think?
I think that I don't. If they don't win, I think that could be the end of super teams, and I'll tell you why. Because the Heat were a super team. A lot of people say the Warriors were a super team. The Warriors were not a super team. They drafted Steph Curry. They drafted Draymond Green. They drafted Klay Thompson. Their 3 best guys were drafted. Yeah, that one year where they signed Durant, and then the next year they win, but they lost. Yeah, Durant was added, and you can say it was a super team, but Durant was a free agent. Yeah, sure, but those 3 guys, a super team means we have one star, and you're recruiting guys to come into this team to make it awesome.
And I will say it is a super team because Steph Curry's contract was like dog poop. Dog poop? Can I say dog poop?
Sure.
It
was because he was drafted.
Yeah.
He was a drafted player.
Right, but he could have signed something else, but he wanted Kevin Durant to show up.
Sure. But okay. But again, so sure, you can say that one championship out of the 3 was because of a super team. The other 2 were not. And then you look at, the Lakers are a super team. Anthony Davis, LeBron, Drummond. You're bringing all these guys in. Okay, that's a super team. The Nets are a super team. But if you look at the better teams, look at the Suns. They have DeAndre Ayton, drafted. Devin Booker, drafted. Mikal Bridges, drafted. Yeah, they went and got Chris Paul. But Chris Paul, he's having a great season.
He's journeyman-ish.
Exactly. He's not at the peak anymore. He's already on the downslope.
Yeah.
And you bring in veteran players, veteran leadership, and that makes a great team. Look at the 76ers. They drafted Simmons. They drafted Embiid. They brought in Harris. They brought in Danny Green, but these are not superstars, right? So I think if teams are competitive, creating their teams like this, that's where we're going to start seeing, okay, you know what? Is it really worth? Think about the Nets. They made the super team. Let's say it lasts 2-3 years. Look at all the things they gave up to get those guys. We can say that maybe they got some of them on the cheap, but they give up a lot of their future for these 3 guys. So, they're going to end up being in 3-4 years. If they don't win championships, they're setting back the franchise again another 2-3 years. And think about all that young talent they got rid of to get these guys. Harris LeVert, what's his name? Allen, the big guy that was from UT that went to the Cavaliers.
Yeah, as
Oh.
yeah.
I don't know, it was Josh Allen. No, not Josh Allen.
That's a
Jared
quarterback for the
Allen.
Bills.
Jerry Allen.
Jared Allen.
Jerry Allen.
That's
Jared
a defensive end for the
Dude,
Minnesota Vikings.
the Spurs were looking
I
out
think
for
his name is Jared, though. Yeah, no, I think his name is still Jared Allen, even though that was also defensive end. Anyways, I mean, if you start seeing stuff like you see these teams, John Morant, Dylan Brooks, these guys, Jaren Jackson, all these guys were drafted. We'll see. We'll see how it goes, right? We have to see how the playoffs end up, and we'll see how the teams go. Maybe super teams aren't the way to go anymore because it sets your franchise back.
Yeah, it's like
Oof.
this now or bust type of situation.
Chris Paul is fucking disgusting.
Oh God! Don't tell us. Don't
Okay.
tell us. Yeah,
Okay.
he's probably doing like some crazy
Okay,
stuff.
so super teams did good in the short run, but then there's too much recoil in the years to follow that you'll be
That's exactly
And
right.
then there was a question.
paying for it later.
I believe Crack AV had a question. Or there's a question.
There's a question that's being answered,
Chat.
being asked on YouTube chat right
Yeah,
now. It's
what's
a
up?
question that was asked last week. The only way I don't know how to say this question is in a New York accent because it's a Nets question. All right. All right.
like
So
that.
what are you gonna do when Durant, Harden, and Irving take your mother out for dinner? They treat her like a lady, and the dessert at the end is the 2021 NBA championship. What are you gonna do?
That's a good question, Dr. Fauci.
Dr. Fauci.
You can't put a date on these things.
Put a date.
I'm gonna call my mom and I'm gonna ask her to get me an invite
Take
to the
your mother
championship
for
parade
dinner
in Brooklyn.
and
And
dessert.
if I could be on the float, and that'd be awesome.
And I can throw the trophy like a football.
I mean, I don't want to go that far. Maybe I'll get them a little wasted if I get close, and then maybe I'll be like LeBron, Durant, Ali.
True,
Ali, I'm
LeBron.
not gonna be able
True.
to jump, and I'm just gonna lose it. And it's gonna fall off the
I'm
bus.
like, can you do 6-6? No.
Yeah.
Are you gonna
So-
call him stepdad? Is the last bit of that question.
Oh.
Oh. If it gets me a championship ring, I will.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Oh,
If he gets me a ring, yes. Yes, no, I want real diamonds, not
I was
that
gonna say,
fish.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say,
exactly.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, make sure the.
And I want my
real
name engraved on it.
Yeah.
diamond.
Yeah. If he gets me a ring, I'll call him whatever he wants.
Yeah, exactly. And I might even sell the ring. I don't know. Who knows?
Whatever.
All right, guys. So just moving on into, we are going actually into our Gridiron news. Just going straight into it. We're gonna
Oh
go-
shit! Football.
And it's already 10 p.m., so this is Mezzo Forte Sportz After Dark.
after door.
I love this.
Talking about that foosball.
So we are gonna talk Julio Jones sweepstakes. Where
Going to the Cardinals,
does
baby.
he go? Yes, so we're gonna try to figure out where does he go? Where does Julio Jones going? We already.
You
have
know what
some
makes me so
Adrian.
well? Hold up. You know what makes me so mad is that I was reading on Cowboys forums and stuff, and they were like, "Oh, dude, we need him and all this shit." And I was like, "Bro, we could have went and got Devontae Smith in the draft,
Oh, here we go.
and now y'all want Julio Jones? Like, get the fuck out of here, dude."
we go.
I better not see Julio Jones being like shopped to the Cowboys and the Cowboys being interested or
Well,
any of that
you
shit.
saw that picture, right? Supposedly, like circling around social media that like someone saw him. At the
Yeah, and
airport.
he's wearing his jersey,
Yeah.
Cowboys jersey.
It wasn't a jersey. It was just a shirt.
It was sweater.
Oh,
Some
okay.
It was a
apparel.
sweater.
Cowboys apparel.
So this is what I'm saying. If out of all the people I could have recognized, one person recognized them and took that one photo and put it on social media, there wasn't more people that recognized them. Now,
Well,
I'm saying is maybe he wore that to blend in with the common folks
I can
and
see that.
had a mask on and maybe just because he was here in Texas, no? That's what it was. He was here in
Yeah.
Texas.
Is he from Texas?
I don't know.
No, he's
But-
from He's from Alabama, isn't he?
No,
He went to Alabama.
Houston, Atlanta, Vegas.
I don't know if he's not
Yeah.
That's good. That's what
I'll
we
tell
should
you
say.
where he's
We don't
from.
know where
Yeah, he
somebody's
was
from.
born in Foley, Alabama.
Cool. But they took the picture in Texas. Maybe he was just trying to blend in.
You know why he's
Yeah.
in Texas? Because I better not be hearing. I better not see the Cowboys trade for him.
I mean,
That
it
pissed me
doesn't-
off.
I hope
Houston.
not either, but not for the same reasons you are complaining
Well,
about.
I'm just saying we could have just got a receiver in the draft in the first round if we're
Oh
gonna go
my
give up a
God.
first round pick for Julio
Or
Jones.
What?
Because it's not like the Cowboys are gonna give anything less than a first round to get Julio Jones if he goes to the Cowboys.
Well, they've been offering the Falcons have been asking first rounders, and nobody's giving them a first rounder. So
Oh well, if they give him a third rounder, so I'll be okay with that.
Well, I mean,
No,
that was
okay.
actually my next.
no.
my
Remember,
next-
second and third rounders are the most valuable.
So
That's true. That's true.
So that was actually my
Oh.
next question. Where does he go? Like, give me a couple teams that like you guys think. I'm just gonna kind of throw a couple names.
hmm
See what
Give
you
it to
think.
Adrian. Give it to Adrian. Let his
Adrian,
nonsense
Adrian,
spew
what do you
out.
think?
No.
And then we'll go.
Well,
from
okay.
there.
Well,
I'm
so
gonna-
I
I'm
was
gonna-
reading
I'm gonna-
Vegas betting odds, and they
Alright,
have
go.
Tennessee Titans as the #1 destination.
Ooh, that's actually one of the ones I was gonna say. That's one of them.
Yeah.
Let me see the other one. Just let me know what you guys think.
Mhm.
Yes or no? Just a simple yes or no. I'll start with
Okay.
everyone. First one. New England Patriots.
No.
Have a more yes or no chance that they'll get it. No.
No.
Down. Tosco. Fan
I
art.
think I think they have a better chance than other teams, but I don't think he should go there. So
All right. So no, it's not gonna happen. Fan art.
Uh,
Down.
I'd say no. They don't know who's the quarterback yet.
All right. Down. Adrian, talk to me. Yes or no?
Yeah, I say no.
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 All right. How about the Cleveland Browns?
No.
Ooh, Tosco. Tosco.
if he goes to the Cleveland Browns will instantly become the Super Bowl favorite.
Oh my.
I agree. The odds will be in their favor.
Wow.
I agree
Super
that
fan
that's true.
arts.
I just-
Damn, we're all
I don't see it.
wrong.
Bro, I'm not saying it's gonna. I think it could happen.
What about?
I
OBJ?
think that would be the best
That's fine.
destination for him to go
That's what I'm saying. What about OBJ?
I mean, yeah, OBJ would just.
on the team.
Yeah, he's still there.
Imagine if you're a linebacker or a safety coming out, and you look on the other side and you look at the offense, and in the backfield they have Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb. Then you look to the left and they have Julio Jones lined up at wideout. You look to the right, they have Odell Beckham and Jarvis Landry. What the fuck are you
Dude,
gonna do?
Julio
That's
Jones
a
is
pro.
made
That's
of-
like a Pro Bowl team.
Julio
Right there.
Jones.
Oh,
is-
you just let Baker Mayfield throw it. Don't
Yeah.
worry, the ball
Dude,
comes to you.
Julio
Oh,
Jones.
what
is-
happened? I thought you were a fan. Oh yeah, you betrayed him.
He betrayed me
Oh,
that happened?
Why?
because he went to Oklahoma. Piece of shit.
Pew, pew, pew.
Dude, because it was Patty Mahomes, bro.
They didn't like
Yeah.
him at Texas Tech because he was too short.
No,
And
they
he
loved
had
him,
to compete against Patrick Mahomes, and he
Yeah.
lost,
and he
That
lost.
too. That didn't help.
and he left.
And he's like, "Wah, I should be the
I
starter."
mean, I can see that. Do they have money?
Yes,
Who?
The Browns?
Oh yeah.
yeah, they have money.
I mean, because Julio Jones, dude, it's like you have to put a safety on him, dude. That guy's way too big. That guy's way too big of a factor.
Well, first of all, he's really old, and for what he misses like 10 games a year.
but like,
uh,
okay, you said it yourself.
Even though he's
like,
never done that before.
I was gonna
so,
say
yeah.
you said it yourself. Now you have like 3 dudes,
Exactly.
right? Like that's unnecessary. First of all, and you can rotate them, so obviously they're gonna get less hurt, or you would assume, right? You know, because they're gonna, you know.
And by the way, we haven't even talked about like the 3 good tight ends they have. So, and their other backup receivers, you know.
No,
And-
so
and their
an
defense.
embarrassment of riches at that dog pound.
And their defense.
And the defense, which just got a hell of a lot better.
That's what I'm saying. Where they drafted or whatever, as well.
Drafted guys coming back from last year, free agents. They got Jadeveon Clowney. They got Josh
Oh,
Johnson.
yeah.
at safety. They're getting Greedy Williams and Grant Delpit plus their draft picks. Like, I mean, Jesus Christ.
All right, cool. So next team. Indiana Colts. Yes or no? Yes. Adrian, yes or no?
I mean, he could go there, but I wouldn't like him to go there.
You don't see him go there?
I wouldn't see him going there now. But
Alright.
it could be a possible. I mean, they have tons of money.
They
Superfan
have
Art,
money
yes or
too.
no?
Maybe. I'll go with maybe.
All right, and then we're gonna incorporate our producer Craig AV. Yes or no? What do you think, bro?
To the Colts, I don't think so. Indianapolis, Lucas Oil Stadium, it's not his vibe.
Dang.
Ooh, not the
Got
right
him.
market.
Got him.
They
right
got like a bunch of
there.
Maybe.
like cars in the
Maybe.
ceiling. Not his thing.
All right, I'm gonna throw.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw a little wrench in there. 49ers. No Tosco. No for Tosco and Adrian.
I don't think he'd like to go there because, again, I think it's like who's his quarterback kind
Yeah,
of
and
situation.
to start over with a rookie, like
Yeah.
Now,
we don't know how good he can be.
Superfan Art. What do you think?
I agree. You don't know who's the QB, and like if you're like an old receiver still in the end of your prime, you're not gonna have to want to start back in the beginning with a rookie QB. You want to go to a contender.
Yes.
So obviously that's a big turnoff at San Francisco. Not that they won't be a good team, who knows what they got later this year.
Now, the other team, no, I do only bring up this next team just because they do have a pretty good amount of draft capital. The Raiders. Tosco, talk to me. No for Tosco and Adrian.
I could see the Raiders.
Damn,
I could-
I- market.
If they go to the Raiders, he goes to the Raiders. They're a top 10 offense with a bottom 3 defense, and they go in.
Just like the Falcons.
I was
Exactly.
like,
Oh,
Yeah, you're right. They're going to put up 40, 50 points, but also give up 40, 50 points and lose.
Yeah. Yeah.
so, and then the last one, I'm just kind of pulling out of the hat, the Packers.
Oof, no.
For what? You're going to get thrown the ball by Jordan Love? For what?
Oh,
True.
dang. All right. Well, going along with that, Tosco, let's talk a little Aaron Rodgers. So Aaron Rodgers drama does continue. He did actually come out and actually did.
Is it though?
Yeah, he did actually continue. Did actually talk. I think it was like a talk or an interview or something like that. He did like late night on Sports Center. And essentially, I don't know. He didn't really say much, but he said it's about the people. He didn't say like, oh, it's not about the people that control it, but it's just about the people. Like, okay, who else are you talking about, bro? Like, he wasn't really direct, but he kind of was. I don't know. I just kind of want to get everyone's kind of hint, just reaction to it. I think he's just out. He just, just kind of wants to make a dramatic ending, if you will, like, oh, woe me, it was them, not me, type of thing.
So
Hey.
what exactly? So I'm sorry, I didn't want to interrupt you, and I'm sorry
Yeah.
about that. But I'm just curious as to like not just the Aaron Rodgers thing, but why all his receivers also. I mean, it's not like it's a rare thing to see players skip OTAs, right? Like,
Yeah.
but for every single receiver to also be out is like really crazy. Like usually, yeah, your first stringers don't go, maybe second stringer, maybe, but like every other one too is like that's crazy.
I remember it's OTAs. It's not mandatory yet. It's not
Right.
something that have to be, but is there a statement to be made? Could be. You're right.
Mhm.
Maybe like the quarterback, the receivers, all these people not here. Yeah. They're trying to make a statement? Possibly. And but I think he had the interview with Kenny Mayne from ESPN because it was Kenny Mayne's last episode last night. Longtime ESPN broadcaster, journalist,
that's right.
All that. He's leaving. Well, he's leaving ESPN because ESPN. So that's besides the point. And
Yeah, we're
so he he had an interview with Aaron Rodgers, like an exclusive type thing. And but Aaron Rodgers kind of talked to him and kind of told him, it's not about them picking Jordan Love. He said that it's not about him, that he loves him. He's a good, good player, good kid, whatever. He said he loves his coaches. So he basically said, I love the young guy that drafted to replace me. I love the coaches that are around me. I love my teammates. I love the fans. It's been awesome, right? Then he goes on to say, it's about the people. It's about, he never said it's the other people, but the people. So if he basically already said he loves the fans, the teammates, the backup, his coaches, but it's about, well, I mean, he didn't say it, but he said it, So, and so, and he said, it's about the philosophy. It's about forgetting that it's about the people that make it go. So he's actually talking about management, losing sight of what it is to have a winning team. I think what he's saying is they have their vision, and their vision doesn't really include, input or say or, I guess,
like
from the players.
They don't include me in their plans. That's essentially what he was saying.
Essentially, in so many words, and he said that it was put in motion last year. And he said the wrench was that I won MVP and I played the way I played. He goes, because he feels that if he didn't play the way he played and won MVP, I think that, he probably would have been gone already. They probably would have cut him or tried to trade him, but because he won MVP, because he's so good, now it's like, okay, Rodgers wants more. And I feel that the Packers were ready to move on from Rodgers. At least management was. And now,
it's backfiring.
Yeah. So he goes, he said it. It's about the people. That's the most important thing. Green Bay has always been about the people. And what do the people want? Aaron Rodgers. So it's going to be good. I mean, he kept on talking about the culture and, he said it's not about the organization. It's not about the building. It's not about the corporation. No, he said it's built by the people.
Yeah.
So he kept on saying by the people, by the people, by the people. Basically saying, management, you suck. So I think with that being said, I think he's done. I think he's out. I don't think he comes back, and he's basically saying that the front office is tearing apart the organization. And it was built by all the people that, that owned the team, the people that came before them. And
he talked about the history or whatever of the team.
So, I mean, he kind of basically said what he needed to say. So,
he kind of did a little, what really grinds my gears, like episode.
Exactly. Yeah. What grinds my gears when it's not about the people.
Yeah.
And it's not about the fans, and it's not about the players, and it's not about. So basically, the only thing he didn't say was, the front office management. So I think that's what it is.
And I think, like, because they you could say that, the front office could have done a little bit different, or they could have gotten a receiver, maybe a little bit O-line, stuff like that. I do knock them for that. It's because, like, I still have the whole thing where, like, I understand you're a quarterback and, you're a big part of the team and, your input should matter. But that's a very key word right there. Like, the word should. The word should corresponds to it, this is the way it's always been type of thing, or this is the way it should be, or this is the way, like, someone's already, like, putting, like, well, it should be like this. So where you understand, maybe, like, the bigger, guys, your Brady's, your I don't know about Roethlisberger, but like your Brady's, your even now Aaron Rodgers, which I apparently doesn't have a big say in it. Just your in this case like now Drew Brees, now that he already retired or whatever, but in this case with the Seahawks now, Russell, which Russ, they actually. All right, dude. What do you need? All right, O-line. He started talking to him, where they gave him a little bit more input. I feel like you just kind of have to earn it. And don't get me wrong, I feel like Aaron Rodgers did earn it. I just don't. I feel like I don't think. I think it was about Jordan Love. I think that's what it was. I feel like it was like, oh dang, I'm getting a Brett
That
Favre down. Yeah,
planted a seed.
yeah, I got Brett Favre now. Where and no offense, and I understand on both sides, bro, but dude, like I'm an organization, dude. Like I need to survive, man. Like there has to be life after Aaron Rodgers. I understand you're like the big guy on campus, but you're the big guy on
But
campus.
remember,
you know what I mean?
this franchise is owned by the people.
That's what I'm saying, yeah, and that's what sucks.
And
'cause,
this
like,
is
there's no
and
actual owner face, like someone that's
no,
like
boy, it's the people. And if the people are saying we want Aaron Rodgers, why do you think he kept on saying it's about the people? It's about the
that
people.
is true.
What do the people want?
Yeah.
The people are the owners, right? Now, to some degree, obviously, there has to be some kind of person in charge that or hires people and does this, does that. But I think he's alluding to it's about the people, it's what they want, it's how things were done, and now you're coming in and you're changing, and you're right. Should be. It doesn't have to be. That's different. It doesn't have to be the way he says it is. If these people come in, these new management, and say, hey, you know what, we're going to do this. We're not going to have an open door policy. It's going to be my way or the highway. Hey, well, they were put in charge for a reason. Then you shouldn't have hired them. Whoever did. So now what's going to happen next? Is Aaron Rodgers going to have to throw his fit? What if Aaron Rodgers wasn't on the Packers and was on the Vikings or the Lions, where they do have an owner, and he's the one that tells them yes, no, go to hell, or yes, come play, we love you, whatever you want. Look at Russell Wilson. You brought up a good example. At first, Russell Wilson, what do you need? Okay, you need online. Okay. After years and years, people say they never got him online help. Yeah, they did. Go look at all the transactions they did. Look at all the draft picks they did. They keep on getting offensive linemen. They don't work out. I'm sorry. I get it. Not all of them are going to work. But he cannot say that, they're not trying to help him. And after so many years of them not doing what they're supposed to, not living up to expectations, because Russell Wilson hasn't won an MVP. He is probably the best player. If there was a midway MVP, halfway through the season MVP, you probably have like 3, 4, 5 of them already. But it's not about halfway in the season. It's about all 16, 17 games. And he disappears. He's not MVP for a whole season. So, now it's like, you know what? We don't want to hear from you. That's it. Get out of here. We're going to do it our way. And now he gets all offended. It's a business, and there's an owner, and these guys are the ones that are going to, face the owner, and they're going to keep Russell Wilson, and they're going to keep Aaron Rodgers now that he won an MVP when they didn't think he still had it.
Yeah.
But now is Aaron Rodgers going to play?
And I don't know. What do you think, Adrian? Now as you kind of heard a little bit more.
I mean, I the thing is like at the end of the day, does it even matter what Aaron Rodgers wants to do? Like the only thing he can do is retire, unless they trade him.
He can force their hand.
I mean, how? How Tosco?
Well,
yeah, that would be my question as well. Because
okay.
I don't personally know how someone can get out of a contract unless they retire.
Oh, no. You're right. No, I agree with you. He would have to retire, or he can just. It's basically this. You you lose the MVP now and get something in return, or you lose the MVP later and get nothing in return. I think that's it. Because if Aaron Rodgers does not want to play for the Green Bay Packers anymore, all he has to do is set out a year. Now, yes, some of you say a year is a lot. Yeah, sure, but he's gonna stay in shape. He's gonna, he's still gonna be working out. He's gonna be throwing. We've seen it done before. Carson Palmer did it. Okay, he came back and he was still awesome. So
Right. That was the Bengals,
Rodgers,
right? Was that the Bengals or the Raiders that he did that?
He left the Bengals to go to the Raiders.
Go to Raiders.
Yeah, and so my point being, Aaron Rodgers 36. He takes a year off, comes back at 37. I mean, that's still not bad. Has a year off to recover from whatever lingering things he has. He was just an MVP. It's not like he was a middle, low player. Do I think he's the best he could have ever was? No, but I think he's still up there. You take a year off him, gets 100% healthy, comes back, and then he's a free agent. I mean, the Packers lose out. I'll tell you this. If the Packers start Jordan Love this year, they're not making the playoffs. They're not making the playoffs. I don't even think they win 8 games.
Wow.
Well, I mean, think about it. And we had this discussion earlier.
The team's revolved around Aaron Rodgers right now.
The team's revolved around Aaron Rodgers. They're revolved around Aaron Rodgers to score enough points to win, that the defense can hold for so long. If the defense doesn't, if the offense doesn't put up points, the defense is eventually going to give up 20-something points a game. They're not that good on defense. Good secondary, decent pass rushers. But in between, there's a lot of weaknesses. So, I mean, you put up Jordan Love. I don't think Jordan Love can throw the ball like Aaron Rodgers does. I don't think Devontae Adams is an all-pro receiver with Jordan Love. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, either you trade him now, get something in return, get a lot of things in return. You're still going to start Jordan Love, or he retires. You still start Jordan Love. He comes back. He becomes a free agent, and you get nothing.
Yeah.
So that's how he can force their hand. He can tell them, look, it's either going to be you trade me now, you get stuff in return, or I retire and I go to another team next year and you get nothing. And you still start the rookie who has never played an NFL game.
God.
Deal or no deal.
God, that's intense. That's some Tosco deals right there.
Well, I mean, that's how you can force their hand. You can go to them and tell them, hey, do this, do that. And if they want to say, we're not going to follow your demands, okay, well, then I'll just retire. He's going to get the money regardless, guys. Oh, he's going to lose out on, $100 million. No, he's not. Because during this offseason, this year he takes off. This year he's off. He can go shoot a movie. He can go be Jeopardy. He can go be in commercials.
Or whatever. Stay Farm.
Yes. He can go be on SNL. He can go be in a TV show.
State Farm.
He is at State Farm. Do more commercials. I mean, he's going to get the money regardless, people. And then he comes back, and he's going to be a free agent, and he's going to sign a 2-3 year deal with whoever for $100 million, and he's still going to get
I was going to say, yeah.
A la Marshawn.
And the best part is that I think also if he leaves Green Bay, or if he was to leave Green Bay, he has potential to get any deal, right? Maybe he goes with Adidas, maybe he goes with Nike, stuff like that. A lot of potential for that to happen as well.
Yeah. So I'm telling you, he's the money to me, the money's not the issue for him. The money's not the issue at all. So I think it's just principle. He doesn't like the way things are being run. He doesn't want to be a part of a franchise that's run like that. All right. Well, then either you let me go, you trade me, or I go and sit out. And I'll come back in a year, go somewhere else I want to go.
Mm-hmm. I think you're right. I think he has I think we're looking at it in a very narrow time frame, whereas he's looking at it as okay, I get 1 year off. Who gives a shit?
Exactly right.
Yeah.
It's because we're seeing it as in like, hey, the season starts in a couple of months. Like, what's
Right.
gonna
Hurry up,
happen?
like,
Like,
hurry
yeah.
up, Sodas, hurry up. Like,
yeah,
but he's not hurting.
exactly.
He's not hurting for money. Like, he's not. Like,
Right.
He's not hurting for
And-
money.
and
he's not
even-
hurting for
and it-
respect. He's not hurting for like people asking for him. You know, he's you know, and he's gonna
Like
be
he could literally make the decision like the night before the game started, probably, if he wanted to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's an MVP, guys. I mean, he's an MVP. He's an All-Pro. He's whatever you want, Super Bowl champ for a reason. Yeah, he's not as young as he used to be, but I mean, he can still just go in there and do it. I mean, he knows it. So we'll see how that goes. And apparently, rumors are he's recruiting players from other teams to go with wherever he goes.
Mm-hmm.
So I think maybe he is already leaning towards retirement, taking the year off, and when he becomes a free agent, be like, hey, all these guys, hey, let's go. All of you free agents that I talked to you last year, let's all go to this team. And boom, you're not only going to get Aaron Rodgers, you might be getting a couple of defensive ends, couple of linemen, receiver, running back.
I mean, and
Imagine.
if you think about it, he can pull a Tom Brady where like, because it's gonna be one more year for Brady. Ponle, he comes back, right? He wins another ship. Does he come back the next year, or does he just give it up? I mean, at that point, come on, bro. You know?
Hey, I honestly, I think Tom Brady's trying to go for 10, bro.
Like
He's
that
trying to
ass.
go
dude.
for the whole hand, like all the
I
hand.
mean,
Where is he at
I
right
mean,
now?
He's a 7.
Oh my god.
I mean, realistically, bro, he can play for another 3 years.
Tom Brady. I think
Yeah.
he's gonna pull a Phil Mickelson. And he's gonna keep winning until he's 50 years old.
I mean, think about it. It's especially the way he plays, and it all goes back to being in a good situation. If you're in an offense where you're not holding the ball for too long, you're not developing such deep routes where you don't get hit as much. His body is perfectly fine. He's taking care of it nutritionally. He has a TB12 method. He doesn't eat. He takes care of himself, takes care of his body, whatever. And if he's not taking the hits, I mean, he can stay back there forever. I mean, realistically, and then you keep on signing, good players, good all pro MVP. I mean, Pro Bowl players, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin. I mean, even Antonio Brown. Like, I mean, he can play forever.
Yeah, and if you kind of going back to like Aaron Rodgers, I mean, imagine if he does take a year off, that's 1 year that Brady plays, and that's 1 year that, in this case, I mean, he can easily be like, all right, well, Brady's already getting older. I'm pretty sure I can, I have a better chance of beating him and stuff like that.
Well, that's
Even
another
then,
thing because
that's crazy.
yeah.
Because you're like, oh, whatever, but it's football, bro. Anything can happen,
And that's one thing you got to remember. The Bucks basically brought everybody back. It's the same team. And can the Packers beat the Bucks this time?
Why are we even talking about the Packers when we should be talking about the Chiefs?
What do you mean?
Oh God.
Well, the Packers.
What do you mean? Oh God, that's literally Patrick Mahomes is literally the best QB in the NFL.
The Packers could have they were gonna beat the Buccaneers if their coach wasn't such a class A.
Oh, not going for the fucking touchdown.
Clowny.
Yeah. He didn't go for it on 4th and 1. He kicked the field goal, gave the ball back. They ran out of time. Oh,
Yeah.
Later.
If he would have gone for a 4th and 1, gotten the first down, got the touchdown.
That's the thing.
Now you're putting Tom Brady on the field with 30 seconds to go the whole field to score. And if Tom Brady does it, well then, hey, you lost fair and square. Tom Brady's the GOAT. But
if you score here's the thing is that if they went for the field goal, the Bucks had to score a touchdown, right?
No. No. The Packers needed a touchdown to win.
Oh, okay.
So the Packers kicked the field goal.
Oh,
and then
to try to get the ball.
They were going to stop them with enough time.
Right.
But they didn't stop them. They had, I think, 2 timeouts, and they needed the first down to be like, hey, we stop them with, not giving up. They gave up the first down on the first play.
Yeah, I remember now. I was like, why? That's kind of weird how these coaches fall for this shit. Like the Seahawks not running the ball with Marshawn Lynch against the Patriots.
I mean, okay.
Right.
That one, oh, I don't know. I mean, I've argued that one specifically with like a lot of people. I can see it's the right football play to call. I just don't think it was the right football play to call at that time, just because it's the Super Bowl.
No, it's not the right play to call ever.
Right.
Super Bowl or regular season game. You're at the
Preseason
one.
game.
You're at the one, and you need a touchdown. I'm going to give it to my 250-pound running back
Who had like
clobber it,
140 yards that game or
who's having a
something.
great game, and I'm gonna stuff it down your throat.
Didn't
And
he-
if I
didn't he-
lose,
he ran it once, no?
he ran it the first time, and then they threw it 3 times.
No,
So-
no. They ran it once. They threw it the second time. He didn't run it the second. The
Right.
interception was on the second
Oh.
second down. Yeah, but
I
that's
thought it
what
was
I'm
on
saying.
the 4th down.
No. It was on the second down because that's what I'm saying. They're supposed to run. You know, they didn't make it. All right, well then throw the ball. Second
Run
down.
it again. No.
You're gonna run it
again.
3 times,
Yes.
even if you need a TD.
Yes. You're not gonna. You know why you're not
mean-
gonna throw the ball? Because tips happen. Because
I mean,
if
yeah,
they jump the route, if your receiver drops
which
it,
he did. I mean, well,
so if the running, it's only the running back that's holding onto the ball. If he fumbles, well, he fumbles, right? Then yeah, he fucked up. But it's just one person. Here's the ball, get it in there. And a guy like that who's done it his whole career, yeah, I'm gonna give it to that guy.
Yeah.
Whether it's the Super Bowl, it's week 1, playoffs, I'm giving it to him. I'm not gonna throw it, and then much less, not even throw it to your number 1 receiver.
I was gonna say, and he threw it inside. Like,
Yeah. He threw it in here when he should have thrown it out here.
Well, wasn't
Yeah,
it
I was
Tyler
gonna say-
Lockett, the number 2?
Well,
Huh?
yeah, but
Wasn't it Tyler Lockett, the number 2 at that point?
No, it wasn't Tyler. It was something more or something like that.
Yeah, and it was technically 50-50 ball, but it was more like he should have just thrown it out, you know. 'cause-
Yeah, but like you said, a quarterback should know that if he's running a slant in, and the corner is in here inside,
then you
you're
throw
gonna
it
throw
out.
it out here so you can catch it here and then come in. If the cornerback is trailing him out here, then you're gonna throw it inside and just fall in the end zone.
Yeah.
I mean, but he threw it right here, right where the defensive back was,
And
who
he
also
just-
put his hands on the ball.
Yeah, who just cut the route. Or
I
jumped the route.
mean,
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. And it's a Super Bowl. I don't know. I all I'm saying is I understand the reasoning. I just, like you said, I don't think like 99% of us would have just ran the ball at least one more time. I would have at least ran it one more time because they ran it the first time. They got
sure.
Run it one more time at least, like, you know, if they would have gotten picked on the 3rd, I would have gotten less mad. But they got picked on the 2nd down, dude. Like 2nd and goal. That sucks. But anyway, that's neither here or there. All right, guys. So we're just gonna go ahead and wrap it up since we are getting a little late already. We're gonna go ahead and just continue our. We're actually gonna do some baseball and soccer talk in our next segment next Thursday. And we're gonna talk a little bit more NBA as we find out a little bit more of the series that we either were today. It's gonna be for today and tomorrow as well. Is there any games tomorrow?
Every day there's games.
Yeah, every day there's
Yep.
games now because it's the first round. So yay, yay playoffs. So we're gonna talk a little bit more about that. Yeah, whoever can actually get on. So we are gonna do a little bit more of guest interaction chat. Just either any of our chats. Just if you have any question and everything. And we'll go from there. Just want to get let's see a quick
Shout out to YouTube
Thomas.
chat.
Actually, want to give a quick shout out to Thomas. He's been our super fan since the very beginning and continues supporting us. Thanks so much, bro. We love you.
Thomas Two Guns, thank you.
Yeah, we're gonna bring you on and talk some Nets.
Ooh. Oh.
I mean, that's.
I don't know if I want to do that.
Well,
Never mind.
That's what it was saying.
Nah,
That's
Thomas
it.
Two
I
Guns.
I mean, it's cool, but
Maybe. As
Yeah, bro. And then
hey,
what?
get me the ring. If you get me the ring, then yeah.
Maybe as the Eastern Finals get closer. I don't know. Maybe we'll
Yeah,
we'll
I
see.
mean,
We'll
That's
see.
because
one day
he was a New Jersey Nets fan, so his fanship transferred over to Brooklyn.
I
Old school
see.
Nets.
That's
Now
what's
he
up.
likes the new school Nets.
Damn, that's true.
Exposed.
I mean,
That's
it's
not how
ki-
you're supposed to
it's,
do
you
it,
know,
though.
and that's what's up. That's loyalty. Kind of like the Cowboys have their.
That's
villains.
not loyalty.
Kinda
That's like
the
if the Dallas
Cowboys-
Cowboys went to Kentucky. Like, fuck the Cowboys, I would say.
It's like the Cowboys.
Why would I-
like,
why would I-
like,
why would
never
I
win the
still
Super Bowls
cheer
since,
for
like,
that?
the '90s or something, you know.
You're coming up with things that aren't true, Danny. So let's not talk in
Yeah.
hypotheticals. Because we have 5 championships and 3 in the '90s. So whatever you want.
I mean, what about the 21st century? Go go go!
How
just
many
started,
teams have
dude.
won in the 21st century?
I don't know.
Like 4. Because Tom Brady has 7 championships. There you go.
Seriously
go.
though, yeah, seriously though. You've been born the.
I think it's only been like what, the Steelers, the Packers,
The
the
Pats.
Patriots, and the
I mean,
Giants, or something like
And
that.
the Giants have 2 of them. Like,
Yeah. Oh, and the Eagles. Forgot.
The Eagles have one.
Yeah,
I mean, you have a lot of one-offs, right? But the majority of
That's the
them,
Pats.
dynasties are the Patriots.
Mhm.
Dynasties in the '90s, the Cowboys. I mean,
I mean.
it is what it is.
All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and start wrapping it up. In this case, we will talk a lot more on Thursday. So just kind of wanted to follow up with you guys. So we are actually gonna have a set schedule moving forward. We're actually gonna do at 8:15 Tuesdays and Thursdays. So just follow us again, just like on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. We'll move into Instagram a little bit further on. We'll talk about that now. We will have our
Check out the
merch.
Instagram post now.
Oh yeah, they're checking out our Instagram. So just follow us in this case on Instagram, Twitch, Facebook, and again YouTube. Again, just follow, subscribe, and just share our page, guys. Thank you so much for your support. We'll go ahead and start wrapping it up for today. So again, just thank you so much for this week's episode. I love the fact that you guys were able to chill with us today. I will chill with you guys on Thursday as well. I want to give a quick shout out to all of our sponsors today, which is Studio 13 today. They do our music and our graphics. I want to give a quick thank you to Tosco, Adrian, Crack AV, and of course Mr. Superfan Art for your contributions today and our audience. Whether you're listening to me on your radio, on your phone, or on your computer, doesn't matter because I love you. All right, guys, this is Danny BMD signing off, saying laters to all. Take it home, Art.
Thank you, Dan. Listen to the day is playoff Trae Young has ice in his veins, and Froppin' LeBron James gets New Jersey stains. Remember, sports are great, but mean nothing without you all the fans. This is episode number 32. Until next time, folks. Keep cool, stay safe, and keep on listening.
Welcome.
Mezzo Forte Sportz.